Field Trip Tunnel Books. We're going to make a tunnel book based off of our experience at the art museum. So what I've done is I have taken the pictures that you took at the art museum and I have turned them into coloring pages so that we didn't have to print in color. But that doesn't mean that you get to color these in. You can color them in the way you remember it, the way you best remember it, or whichever way you would like. So if you'd like to change the colors, this is a great time for you to do that. A way for you to have your own artistic interpretation. Now for this one, I am starting with a background. This will be my background, and then I'm going to choose several works of art to color in. I'm going to try to color them in as realistically as I remember them. You can have large or small works of art coloring in, but do a great job and make sure you do nice, neat art. We're only going to be coloring in the main focus though. So don't color in the background at all, because what we're going to do is after we color all of this in, we're going to cut out that main focus. So as you can see, I'm just going to continue to color all of this in nicely, neatly, and carefully, and neatly and completely as I can. Remember, you can color in small ones and you can color one big one. Just one big one, and then you can color in lots of small ones. And then after we have cut everything out, now that we've cut everything out, we're going to carefully cut each thing out. So cutting away the background, that way we can, when we glue the objects down, we can see behind the individual objects, thus creating our gallery. Okay, so now that I have all the objects cut out, you'll need 3 frames. In the foreground, you will glue down the biggest thing. And when you glue these down, you want to make sure that they are overlapping into that empty space. So you don't want to glue it at the very corner of the piece of cardboard. Rather, you want to make sure that it is overlapping into that empty space. That way you can see things behind other things. So I'm going to arrange where I want my artwork to go before I glue everything down. So I'm going to put the big things in front because things that are closer are larger. And you're going to write a short essay about your experience at the art museum. For example, mine says, I really liked going to the art museum. I thought that the African masks were the coolest thing there. I want to take my family back so that they can also see the African masks. I wish we had spent even more time at the art museum. I wish we had seen the mummy as well, but we didn't have time. Done writing your essay, you're going to get some watercolors, and because we wrote our words in Sharpie, we can just paint right over the words, right over the Sharpie words, and it will show up. Now, it might not look very vibrant at first, but once that paint dries, it will look really great. Alright, so we want our tunnel books to look like we're walking through an art museum, and to give it that depth, what we're going to do is we're going to glue our background on the back, glue a piece of paper if you need to, glue your art on the front, and then we're going to glue cardboard strips, and we're going to put a cardboard strip on all 4 sides, and we're going to do this 3 times so that the cardboard strips are 3 strips thick. And all you need is just a line of glue, and you want to make sure that you really have lined up those strips so that they are right along the edge of your frame. Once you've done that, you're going to take your second layer, your middle ground, which has your art glued to it, and glue that down, and then glue down more strips right on the edge, lining it up nice and neat, and that is also going to be 3 layers thick. So you're going to have 12 strips total. once that is all nice and neatly glued down, you're going to put one final layer of glue, and you're going to put your foreground, your front frame, right on top there. And then what has happened is, because you've given it that depth, it gives the appearance of you walking through the museum.